book and the CD. We're all talking about fatherhood from all different perspectives. But there's a lot of different avenues and angles dealing with fatherhood. And it's stuff that we're not exploring as much as men. We just don't talk about it. I didn't talk about it. You know what I mean? The people that we're dealing with don't talk about it. That's what it is. And what I want to start off this with is with a poem from a man, Eric, right here. Now he's a young man still in high school. He's one of the poets that are on the CD. I'll be selling copies of it afterwards. And that'll kick off this whole discussion. Fatherhood, there's many aspects of it that can make us angry. Many aspects of it that we're dealing with that people don't want to really recognize as far as, you know, we're dealing with in the court system. The court system is not for us. It's not. We don't win in the court system. You know what I mean? Spend all this money that we don't have, and, you know, that's not the way it should be. But it's a struggle and it's a fight that is real. You know what I mean? That is a real fight, and it's really important to make sure that you know that while you have a right to be angry, you know what I mean, you have to do what's best for the kids. Because the kids are going to eventually see that you have made strong efforts, and the system hasn't been working out the way that it should be. You know what I mean? But it takes a while for that. And, you know, then there's the anger of not having your father there as much as you wanted him to be. That's the anger that I had when I was young. You know, and we'll talk about that later. But the thing is, the statistics that show that black men can't be fathers, that's what they'll have you believe. That we can't be fathers, that it's not possible. They'll throw out the negative statistics, say how, you know, what all of us are doing wrong, all of us are doing terribly, and things like that. And that's what his piece is really focusing on, to show that, no, everybody's not like that. You know what I mean? You can't just put everybody in one box. And then people make mistakes. And then there's growing. But you can't just wipe a whole generation of people and just say that they're all negative, and that's what oftentimes happens. But we have to be able to encourage each other. You know what I mean? And show that just because that's what you're shown is not what reality is. And then we can talk about the media. Or we're going to get into all this stuff later on. But right now, let me bring up Eric, and he's going to start it off.
When I say spoken, y'all say word. Spoken.
Word.
Spoken.
Word.
When I say to be, y'all say heard. To be.
Heard.
To be.
Heard.
To be.
Heard.
Do this piece for y'all. So without further ado, I'm gonna just kick it. They say black man don't raise no black boys, don't raise no black girls, plant seeds only to lead them to cultivation of the earth, and tending of crows, offering little to no sunlight and maybe a stream of care that eventually goes dry, but they lie. See, I know they lie. Because a black man raised this me of a black boy from the moment I was placed in the soil. My father has been one of the wisest of farmers, using the sunlight of precise knowledge, flows of hip-hop, and support of fertile grounds to supply me with the nutrients needed for proper growth. Hey, yo, hit that fun fact. Scientists say those who talk to their plants help them gain an extra inch or so above others. In addition to supplying me with the essentials, my pop spoke with me to water my mental. His past resembling my future. His mistakes advising my choices. His pain embodying forewarnings. His wisdom adding on to my understanding. Thanks to him, I know what traps to look for. I know what to do and what not to. I know where I come from and I know where I must go. I know myself. I've grown. From a seedling full of potential into a tree of knowledge that understands it is still growing, ever evolving, elevating, reaching for new heights when my branches expand. He is still there, helping to keep me on the path to fulfillment when the wind of my wayward forgetfulness blows me off it. But some have the nerve to say, black man not built to be a father. Only a hustler of hearts, thief of hope, killer of kids' future. See, they've even tried to criminalize our standing in the family structure, pulling us up by the roots so we get disconnected from the great line of men we come from, arresting our manhood, slamming it against the back, slamming it against the hard concrete of systemic racism until it becomes a battered Rodney King of his prior appearance, then locking us behind the bars of stereotypical visuals molded by the same society that made the problem in the first place, leaving us to rot and decay due to a complete hatred of ourselves. See, the reason they say black man don't raise no black boys is because to them, black man never existed. All they ever saw was black boy, then called black man, black boy for so many centuries that some of these men believe that's what they are now. Boys, eternally stripped of their manhood, internally stripped of their manhood. You crows knew you never give them a chance to grow from the very start. See, I know. And I can trace the lineage of black daddy issues by the blood left on the cotton fields. Clever crow. Evil crow. I know how you taught and fed a black man to make him look just like you, presenting to others the illusion that he could fly. And when he couldn't, you tie his wings to horses and let them rip the strong image of a black man apart right in front of black woman and child. Thought that by destroying this image, you can make it hereditary to be submissive to your will. And it worked. Because of this, the earth became a rock. Slowly took on a stone-cold independence to form a black man, forgetting that she depends on him as much as he depends on her. You would flock to her fields, extracting this mentality and pecking into the foundation of her memory that former black man was weak, could not protect his crops, could not even protect his field. Not only did she become to believe this, so did the seeds resting in her belly, waiting to penetrate the surface. Future generations have come and gone, and false notions of manhood with them, plaguing the minds of both male and female. Now, there's division, just what the crows wanted. Many seeds don't grow to their fullest potential any longer, so when it's time for them to become farmers, it's much harder. See, it's true. Some men do abandon their seeds, ignorant to what's required of them after they have planted something as precious as their own flesh and blood. Some men try to raise their seeds, but sadly don't succeed. I can understand when the crows of poverty, legalities, courts, and prisons circle head over and swoop down to eat at their willpower. You can't blame them when they're really trying. When some women make it impossible for them to attend what they have planted, can you blame them for not caring? And then you have the men who, against all odds society has placed against them, do raise their seeds. And many times the seeds of others. These are the farmers, the cultivators, the leaders, the mentors, the kings, the fathers, the gods. And I salute them for their tillage. I salute them for their dedication to their women. I salute them for their dedication to their children. I salute them. Showing those crows that black fatherhood is no oxymoron. Quite to the contrary. That black man can raise nations. Peace, y'all.